Thank you.
Every move you make, every serve, every goal you take, every fighter you beat, every record you beat, we will be following you.
Not really. You're lying.
Every jump, every trophy won, every wicket you break, every breakaway you
They are not following you.
every cross,
You don't care.
every dunk,
Alright, studio, mics are up.
Welcome inside the locker room.
Good morning, Lagos, and you are welcome to Talk Sports Inside the Locker Room with Valentine and myself.
Folu.
Yup, and right now it is time for Locker Room 981. In the studio with us, we have Tega Onojaife. You can find her up on social media as Tega Supreme. Good morning, Tega.
Good morning.
Hey,
Good morning, Lagos.
that's that Monday voice we like to hear. It's very nice, very nice, very nice.
We're ready.
Mm.
2 weeks. Countdown. Ladies in Sports Conference.
Oh.
There
You have to
go.
be awake.
Be awake. She's told you. She's told you. Oh, Lagos, I do remember that you can show us that you're awake by tweeting at us. Just use the hashtag LockerRoom981. That's how we know that you're fully locked on and you're in sync with us this morning, discussing the week's sports stories and, of course, highlights of what happened over the weekend. You can also share your highlights and your thoughts with us on our WhatsApp number. It is 0809 4440981. Last but not least, we're streaming on YouTube, so you can go watch us now on our YouTube channel, and of course leave your comments on there as well. We will find them and we will read them out. Yes, let's start with our first story and talk about how the Cavs got punked by the Celtics. At least that's what Tristan Thompson said. Now, for the second time in the 3 postseason series the Cleveland Cavaliers have played this spring, LeBron James and the Cavs find themselves needing to bounce back from a blowout loss in Game 1 after the Bolton Celtics trounced the Cleveland Cavaliers 108 points to 83 on Sunday.
Wow.
Cav coach Tyrone Lue said, "We didn't play well. We understand that. We know we have to be better." Now the
You
Cavs,
don't say.
the Cavs outscored in the first quarter. That's 36 points to 18, and trailed by as many as 29 points. And Kylie Corver said, "Yeah, bad game, bad first game. There's a lot of things we can do better in the next one."
I don't know what let me translate that into Cavs speak. What that really means is there's a lot of things LeBron can do better.
Because it's Cavs and LeBron James. You notice they're the same. This like LeBron is his own team
Yeah.
that
Like
has
Messi
hooked
and
up with the
Barcelona.
I'm like,
LeBron
Yeah,
against every
yeah.
other team.
What really I think I totally stand by Paul Pierce. In order for Cavs to do anything against Celtics, LeBron would have to be posting numbers like 40 points, 15
the best
assists,
game of his
16 rebounds.
life.
He has to keep doing that, which is what he did consistently against Toronto Raptors. He was always posting points. On the night though, he scored only 15.
I tell you, the man is getting older. His bones are wearing down.
There's so much pressure on him.
No, it's fine wine. I don't think it was a question of him getting older.
Okay,
I
just
think
off day, bad game.
it was not just bad game. He may have been having an off day, but they compounded it by the way they defended against him. And those points, there was nothing he could do.
So good defense for the Celtics. Come
Excellent.
on, Boston showing out.
Excellent defense, excellent ball movement.
Mm.
I mean, you didn't know who to close down because they were moving the ball so quickly and rapidly, and everywhere that they gave the ball to was making their shots.
You see, teamwork makes the dream work, and that's the thing. They worked as a team. It wasn't relying on a single player.
Exactly, and that's what Murray said. It wasn't one person. So if you're marked by one person, LeBron, you'd be like, okay, I can get to this way. They rotated the defense so that he couldn't get used to anybody. It was a horrible night for him. So like I said, he did 15 points. I think Kevin Love scored 17 points, and that was it. The rest of them were horrible. They missed their first 14 3-pointers. First 14 at 6. Didn't you think to yourself, maybe we should stop taking 3-pointers and start moving the ball into the paint? Maybe we should just try.
Their village people are working overtime. That's all that's happening. Somebody was ringing there. They were saying their name into the Calabash well, so they were just confused. They didn't know how to respond.
They were poor. And they just kept trying. Gerald Smith, Kyle Kovac, they just kept trying and they kept missing. At some point, they said, okay, you know what, we need to stop, but they didn't. But what it is LeBron James has said this was a game that he just wanted to feel how it was going to be. That's how you start feeling from game one. Next thing you know, sweep. But he said he wanted to feel how game one was, and maybe game two would be a little better. I think they were stunned. They rushed them like hot rice. There was no way to come back, but they'll be
Like
fine.
hot rice. Yeah.
They'll be fine.
That's true. That hot wood fry, you know, that jollof. That, yeah, we know it well. But we've got more sports stories to get into this morning.
All right, so after being forced to a 2-2 draw last Saturday, Nigeria's Flying Eagles have vowed to beat visiting Guinea-Bissau in the second leg of Under 20 Africa Cup of Nations qualification match in Calabar on Sunday. They're a good team and they give us a good fight. That's their admittance from Aimba defender Udo. He says, but we believe in our team and in ourselves, and we beat them in Calabar to advance to the second round or the next round.
First of all, I'm going to say this: the way the Flying Eagles played is the way most Nigerian teams play when they travel abroad. They have poor game management. The Flying Eagles were leading by 2 goals, so it's not like they scored one and the person they fought back. No, it was nothing like that. They were comfortable at 2 goals, and it's something I say all the time. When you play outside the country, you play differently. Don't be arrogant. Be confident. It's 2 different things. You can get there, score 2 goals, humble yourself, defend, and then if you see another opening, score goals. But they lost the advantage they had because they went out to look for more goals and they got picked back and they considered more goals. So it is game management that is poor here. Yes, they could come to Calabar and yes, they could win in Calabar, but that's not the ultimate thing about it. Teams in Nigeria need to learn how to play away better. It happens to teams in Nigeria in CAF Champions League. It happens to teams in Nigeria in age grade football. I don't know what else to say to them. Yes, 2-2 is a good result. Because you say Morocco was beaten away by Mauritania. That's Morocco's personal problem. Our problem is that we need to manage our games better. We need to sort it out.
Oh dear. Thank you very much for that. But somebody that has almost sort of figured out what his issue is, Lewis Hamilton. He's feeling very happy at the moment. In fact, he's hailed this as his best drive of the season so far. And this is after he comfortably won the Spanish GP, and he hopes that it can be a turning point in the 2018 title race. Now, he says, today I felt a synergy with the car I hadn't been feeling all year, and this is when we are going to start applying some pressure. It's early to say, but I hope it can be part of a turning point. Race by race, we are understanding the tyres more, but we still have improvements to make and performances to add to the car. It's nice to hear this sort of optimism coming out from Lewis Hamilton. It's been a while.
I'm telling you, from the minute they got into Spain, this track is supposed to be the Mercedes track. It helps with their downforce, helps them, their speed helps them. It's just their track. And when they set it out from practice session on Friday, they dominated.
To see them getting into it, they're like, ooh.
At some point, I thought Ferrari is hiding again. They're hiding their speed again, but they weren't. They were doing the best they could. They just weren't catching up.
They were everything was working just seamlessly for the Mercedes team.
Mercedes was fantastic. If it wasn't Bottas that was doing lap record times, it was Lewis Hamilton. And so Bottas was first practice session. It was all Bottas. Second and third practice session, it was Lewis Hamilton. Ferrari poked up their head a little bit, but they just didn't look like it. Qualifying was even more ridiculous because at first when they went for the first round, Red Bull was up there. Then Sebastian Vettel was the one setting lap times on the second. Then Lewis Hamilton had one wicked, horrible lap in Q3, and that was it. It was like there was a party mode on his steering, and he pressed it, and that was zapped. That was it. Done. It was done. He didn't even need to come out again. But that was a fantastic lap for him. He finished in pole, and to finish in pole was important. But he finished in pole. Vettel second. Bottas second. Vettel third. And on the day, Bottas again had a slow start. Vettel was able to overtake him at the first turn and drive seemed smooth from there. But Ferrari got their strategy wrong. There was a virtual safety car after Romain Grosjean, Esteban Ocon's engine blew up. So there was a virtual safety car, and most teams decided that was the opportunity to use to change their tires. Ferrari was one of them. So Ferrari quickly got Vettel into the pits. Unfortunately for him, Force India also decided to change their tires then. So they slowed him down because he couldn't. It was when they finished with his car that Perez was just getting into his own pit. So he had to wait for safety rules and all, and that just cost him an extra space. So strategy was wrong for them. They had some engine problems, which is why Kimi Raikkonen needs to retire, and they're looking at it. So there was a lot of problems for Ferrari. I think for this season, it's going to come down to little decisions like this. Red Bull has used little decisions to win. Mercedes has used little decisions to win. We're waiting to see when Ferrari's strategy will really come through, because sometimes they're lucky, sometimes they're fast, but their decision making, their strategy is really not on point yet, and that's what they need to change.
Everything
at
turns
Monaco.
on these small decisions. A couple of messages very quickly before we take this break. We had this one in from, you didn't put your name to it. No, you didn't put your name to that message. I have to leave that. Victor Asai says the F1 season is almost over. Lewis is gonna win it again as Ferrari keeps outwitting themselves. Very interesting. And whoever sent in the comment about the Pacers, please send in the comment again, but put your name at the end of that, then we will be able to read it out. Actually, it's Leke Adedamola. He says the Pacers had the chance to take the Cavs out, but didn't, and the Celtics won't give them that room. It might go to 5 games, but this is not going to go the Cavs' way. This is a different Celtics team. I wish Kyrie was there to play. Oh. We'll be back in just a bit. You're still listening to Sports Inside the Locker Room on Smooth Breakfast.
And this is Smooth Breakfast with Folu and Valentine.
That next message is for the next story.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, let's go to the next story first so we get to.
Dominic
He's not the
Thiem.
only one.
Wait, that's right. Do a dear, a female dear, Ray, hey. You
Dominic Thiem.
I was also a tweet on it. I didn't.
Remember that girl I said, that girl from France during French Open last year that was slithering around the courts? That's the girl that Dominic Thiem is dating.
Shall slither into his spirit.
You understand? I'm so sure she was not
producing some magic
Nothing you
stuff.
can tell me. But Dominic Thiem, he's very conservative. So he's and she's the one that is very brazen.
So he's out there taking risks now. Let's see now, because IJD actually says, what happened on Friday in Madrid? Was it an extremely good Dominic Thiem or a very bad day for Rafael Nadal? Questions.
No, it was a good Dominic Thiem and
He came through. Something ignited the spark.
it was a combination of both.
There was a spark
Because he's actually very good.
Yeah,
He's just like
he's just a safe player.
he doesn't know how to. Yeah, he doesn't just extend it during final. This baby girl just looked at him and said,
I see the fire in you. You go bring out this fire, boy. I like it.
I like
it.
Slithering woman. Because she was in Madrid, I think, for the women's championship. Then she left because I didn't see her during the finals at all. She was there with him when he beat Nadal, and she was there with him the day after. After that, I didn't see her again. So she probably lost and went home.
During the injuries and even the weather, the away side has 62% chance of winning, 18% chance of losing, and 20% of a draw.
Aha, Madam Obi, thank you so much. Open your Google app like Obi, search EPL, tap on the fixture to see match
Like
probabilities,
Obi.
lineup, match stats and more. It's all there with the Google app.
I'm not so emphatically tell you that.
Excuse me.
Here you go.
Thanks. What did you get?
Another Malta.
But that's not an Amstel Malta.
There's no difference.
Really? Open it.
Okay.
Open.
Open the Amstel Malta.
What was that?
Exactly.
It's good to enjoy a malt drink, but best when it's premium quality. Don't settle for good. Reach for an Amstel Malta. Amstel Malta, be your best.
Reach for the stars. Clap every mountain higher.
Payday Investor app today.
See why you are going to come last.
What?
You have released that boy since Olodo is worrying you.
Invest right.
This football is buku. Olodo cannot play it. And so, see.
We are back in.
Simple rules for driving safely around Lagos. Did you know that a thorough knowledge of traffic signs are compulsory for all drivers? Road signs and markings together with signals are to ensure a smooth and safe traffic flow.
Studio, mics are up.
Know them according to the highway code and be able to recognize them immediately.
You should know what's going on the roads. Please drive safe out there. Drive safe. Drive safe.
It's Monday. Be safe. Anyway.
It's just so excited, Valentine.
Yeah, I am. Okay, so next story. World number 3, Alexander Zverev, won his third Masters title by beating Dominic Thiem in the final of the Madrid Open. The 21-year-old German, who did not drop a set in the tournament, broke early in the both sets to win 6-4, 6-4. He said, "Hopefully, I can continue this kind of streak in Rome. Winning 2 titles in 2 weeks is great. Winning the Masters, another Masters, is unbelievable. But before the French Open, there's still Rome, where I'm the defending champion." Beat his chest. Obviously, I didn't get broken one time in Madrid, but I don't think I faced break points in the whole tournament. For me, this is an amazing...
Last year and this year, he's picked up Masters at Madrid. But fantastic display for him throughout. He just looked so solid, so clean. In fact, let me tell you, he didn't even face a break point, regardless of the opponent on the other side of the net. So it was a tournament where he recognized himself, where he played his best, his cleanest, his most excellent game, and if you ask me, deserved to win it clearly. But Dominic Thiem, that people call the Prince of Clay, indeed, hasn't even won a single Masters clay tournament. So I don't know why they call him Prince of Clay, but he's very good on clay. He knows how to play. It seems to be the surface where he's strengths are exhibited more. Last year he was at the finals, he got beaten by Rafa Nadal. This year he met Rafa Nadal in the quarterfinals, beat Rafa Nadal, and it looked like this tournament was on his racket. He was going to win it. He played Kevin Anderson, confirmed thoughts in most people's mind that yes, he's ready to win it this year. There is no king of clay to stop him. Then he faces Zverev, and he had no answer to Zverev's serve. He had no answer to bringing Zverev from baseline. Zverev had everything locked down. His forehands, his ground strokes were all powerful. His serves were, of course, I mean, he's a tall guy, so his serves were excellent. But what Dominic Thiem needed to do was keep his own game a little clean. It was too untidy, riddled with a lot of unforced errors. And I understand where you have to try new things to try and beat Rafa Nadal. But Zverev is a baseline player. All he needed to do was try shots that you would bring him off that baseline, his comfort zone, closer to the net, so that you can twist him and turn him how you want. He didn't do that. So on the day, I think there's
no chance. That Thiem, he came prepared. Clearly he did.
Emmanuel from Akoka says, when we use calculators to calculate if Nigeria will qualify for any event, we always lost, but thought the reverse will be for Chelsea. We will never use calculator for Chelsea matches. Europa, here we come.
Oh, sorry, crying face. So, yeah. He says, I'm very angry not to finish unbeaten, but there's nothing I can do about it. We have to look forward. It was an amazing game with great effectiveness from our rival. We had a good reaction. We went forward. Crazy 10 minutes at the start of the second half,
which is where your influence is supposed to be. So yes, you had a lot to do with it and you bungled it. Here's what
bungled.
I looked at this the way he approached his game, the same way I saw the way he approached his game, the same way I saw him approach that game against Roma in the UEFA Champions League. There was no urgency, there was no talking to the players. You go into the first half break, 1 goal down, could have been 2 or 3 goals down, because Levante found several inroads into Barcelona's defense, and yet they came out in second half and then conceded even more goals. Had a horrible, according to him, horrible 10 minutes more. Was a horrible more. But it's where his influence should largely be. First of all, you come to this game, all you have left to protect is unbeaten run. I still don't know why Messi didn't start. I don't know what you're resting him for. You're not the Argentine FA. You're not the Argentine coach. So resting Messi is beyond me. So I don't know why he rested. I don't know what it is. Messi can claim injury, but I don't think he was injured. He also rested Gerard Piqué and started with a guy called Yeremina. Now, Yeremina has played other games where he has to play with somebody consistent in the team. Either Piqué, or earlier on it was Mascherano, or Umtiti, but never Vermaelen. So he put Vermaelen there, and as usual, Vermaelen. All you have to do is look at him, and he picks up a hamstring, which is what he did. Wow. He played for 2 minutes, picked up a hamstring, and went off the pitch. And then they brought in Piqué. Yeremina was caught every single time, at least for the first 3 goals. half of the problem was Yeremina not covering his position. He's very good where he has this a desire to win, he has a fight, but his expertise is what you call into question because he doesn't know whom to pick or where to pick the person up from, and that's where the problem comes in. But that's on one side. Going forward, on the other hand, Barcelona didn't seem to be able to do much, and I think maybe Ousmane Dembele should have been taken out a little earlier because yes, he got confidence from scoring 2 goals the weekend before, but he came into that game with overconfidence, and there was a shot that he was supposed to pass. He decided to take a shot from where he was. Yes, he was close to the bar, but it was really something that shouldn't have even been attempted. If he had given that ball to Luis Suarez, maybe Luis Suarez may have had a better day and scored the goal. But ultimately, it all came down to Valverde's body language, Valverde's team selection, and then the execution of what the players did on the pitch. I've said it before, Valverde doesn't look to me, he's very docile. That's what he is. So he's angry that his team didn't finish with the unbeaten run, but he doesn't bring that fight to his team selection. I've never seen him at a halftime team talk, but I've seen his team come out at halftime and they don't look like they've had a hairdryer moment. They look like they just had nice tea and the coach placated them and they came out. And that's when I don't see enough fight in him for him to be the coach of such a big team. That's my point.
So you guys not impressed?
Not really.
Basically.
Juventus is next. Now, Juventus sealed a 7th consecutive Serie A title with a draw against 10-man Roma. We'll move on to the next one. Tega is not impressed as well. So, Golden Boot winner Mohamed Salah has vowed to replicate his record-breaking debut season at Liverpool next term. After being presented with the award by Liverpool legend Kenny Dalglish, Salah said, "This is very special, 100%."
Yeah.
Wow.
Look, I've heard everybody has spoken about Mo Salah. I've heard, first of all, congratulations to Juventus. They've won the title. Same old, wash, rinse, and start again next season. But what for Mo Salah is impressive. When the first thing everybody I know that has met Mo Salah mentions is, oh, he's such a humble guy. But still, that humble guy has ambition and fights. You see, that's the kind of attitude that I don't see in Valverde. He scored the first goal against Brighton. It was not guaranteed that goal will win them the game. It was not guaranteed that goal will win him the Golden Boot. But the way he celebrated it, you know that he had a hunger. This year has been so impressive. He's won everything winnable. Arab Player of the Year, African Footballer of the Year, Premier League Player of the Year. Look, think of any award that they give to best player. He's won it so far. Well, aside the Ballon d'Or, that's what we're waiting for, which is why I'm hoping that Liverpool wins UCL. That's my personal hope. So that an African player will win Ballon d'Or. That's just my personal hope.
Look at you, Tega.
But he's the kind of person that will go into that game against Real Madrid, look for spaces and score if he sees those spaces. So congratulations to Mo Salah. It has been a fantastic return to the EPL. The first time out wasn't really good, but this time he really Golden Boot. I think Messi still wins the European Golden Boot. I think he has 34 goals. But Mo Salah, if he goes to the Champions League, scores a few more goals, nobody can say that Ballon d'Or question. His name may be up at the top of the jar. So
wait.
So let's fingers crossed.
That's everything crossed. We wait and see. Meanwhile, Tari from Ikeja sent in this message saying, Valverde, be humble. Sit down. Let's take a break. When we come back, it'll be the final few minutes talking sports inside the locker room.
Sit down. Be humble.
Rubbish. Sorry, I didn't want you to read that Juventus. I didn't even know that it had come.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Because on the scale of 1 to 10, Juventus is always winning the time.
This is Salah's year, Sha.
It has got to be good. Let an African footballer just win Ballon d'Or. Let me just go home quietly.
It'd be nice, right?
I will not talk again. I'll just be very quiet.
Because we're hopeful. Yes, we are
hopeful for today.
Take this music and use it.
Let it take you away.
I'm not following you down this road. I'm not.
It's not like we are cutting.
I gotta spoil a good jam.
I'm so sorry.
I don't like her. We will not talk to her again. Let's not play with her. Yeah. Let's not play with her.
Somebody that started the music. Oh God. Wow, guys.
Let's not play with her. She's not our friend.
It's okay. I've learned my lesson from this experience. I have.
Oh my goodness. Salah for the win.
Sign up now. Well,
He did his best. I don't like the way I laugh.
It looked as if the ball hit like
Hit him and knocked
hit
him out.
him. Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, he wanted to
lost
head
his
it out.
balance, yeah.
Yeah, that was too funny to see.
I like the way you're laughing at my voice.
Looks like when you kick. I'm sorry. Looks like when you kick a ball like hit the child. So
I'm not a Liverpool fan, don't mind me. It's true. I shouldn't be excited about Salah winning. Because this is Reti. Who here won in this place? Oh,
About what?
ah, yeah. She's a Liverpool fan.
Liverpool.
Hey, Jehovah. I beg, let Salah win, Joe, for posterity. That's my own. But I don't think they'll win. I think Real Madrid will win. I so think Real Madrid will win.
Oh my goodness.
They are tested and trusted. Proven champion material. Klopp and Liverpool, not so much.
Excuse me.
You guys just be reading all their messages.
Thank you.
It said just read the messages.
Okay. Nothing concern us with Pep Guardiola and 100 points. Just read all their messages. Because there's a lot.
I like this guy's glasses. That's all I like about him. I don't know him much. I don't like anything else. On that frame. I've been wanting it for a long
You wear
time.
glasses?
Yeah.
I've
I've just been only refusing to buy. I will soon get one. Like ASAP, I need to get one.
Fa fa fa.
So
Fa fa fa.
just
Fa. Wow.
Start from the
So many
bottom
of
first.
messages. That's what I was looking for. So many of them. Stop sending me picture.
These guys and their memes. You're probably welcoming Chelsea like.
No, I think some of our listeners are some of the best meme providers.
Yeah.
Like in life.
To be president. No, sir. Today, black men have been males now. One might be the president.
America's in too much trouble. I don't want that job now. And I can't find nothing around to last over 8 rounds with me. I don't care where they have to fight. I'll fight him in a phone booth. I was really born to box and fighter.
Who knocks out everybody and no one can whoop him. That's when that little Cassius Clay came up and stopped Sonny Liston, the man who annihilated Floyd Patterson twice. He was going to kill me. And I'm better now than I was. I'm experienced now. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. I'm so mean I make medicine sick. That's bad. Bad.
Studio. Yes, we are some of the baddest out there. It is Smooth 98.1. We are rounding up with conversations and messages sent in to us on our social media platforms. So let's go over to WhatsApp first of all, where we have Femi from Festac saying Arsenal ends Wenger's last game with their first points away from home and finally move from 6th to 6th. Femi, you're blocked. This is in from Cruz, who says TM is still Prince in training. Barca, oh Barca. Crying faces.
Tosin here says Ferrari, the form sharp guy, not knowing medium compound tires do more than 40 laps. That's how they would keep making mistakes to the end of the season. Yippee, team! I don't know if he's being sarcastic or he's being serious.
I don't know. It's alright. So
All right. This is Shay. It says Barca. Why did you underrate your final opponents? Congrats to Man City, Mo Salah, and most especially. Most especially to Chelsea and Conte. Tega, please help me tell Salah that I have a Nigerian lady, Sarah for Salah.
Is that how they used to do it? Is that how they used to do it? Big T sent in this message. He says, unbeaten run for Barcelona. No one has done it since Real Madrid. It did it in 1931-32. I love the way the Barca coach whines. Cry, cry, baby. Walk on your defense, says Big T. I assume that he sang it that way also.
Yeah, me too.
Shango from Mikoji says, unbeaten, destroyed. Now there's nothing special about this Barca team. Without Messi, they're a mess. Shango, why so?
Why do you have to put the tongue out?
So he got to pull other people down. No, that's not nice. Chimabi Victor sends in this message.
So Barcelona can't win game without Lionel Messi. That is to show how bad the coach is.
Oh dear. And Nathan Njoku says, Tega, since signing for Liverpool, Salah has won 34 individual awards and counting. Meanwhile, Luis Suarez disappointed me yesterday. I couldn't lead the front without Messi, and that was just so wasteful. Yes, it was. On that note, we're done with your messages for this morning, but big shout out to Chinwe Nancy. She's our last message. She says, please, how much is the fare to Levante FC? I need to visit that team and give them a presidential handshake. Wow,
We're going to find out from Oshodi bus stop.
Wow. And we come to an end here, but please follow Tega online. She is at Tega Supreme. Lots of great information will be coming via her platform. But right here on Smooth Breakfast, it is the final hour coming up, which means we are going to be talking about the state of our refineries and the alleged turnaround maintenance that keeps happening but never really happens. Keep listening. It's Smooth Breakfast. Enjoy your sleep.